Okay, we're back with the leopard print fabric covered journal cover, and I've prepared some signatures. I found some white paper with gray lines, graph paper, so I've got this one all ready to go, sized to fit, and I even inked the edges of the papers. I have to do some more inking. I see some of it didn't really take. So I just used my little distress ink black soot and went over the edges, which were torn. I'm going to do the other signature for you so you can see what I mean. I had this all marked out, and I'm just using my straight ruler. It'll give it a jagged enough edge. You kind of have to fold your papers. This one's getting black ink on it. Fold your papers and then trim them, because see how the inside papers stick out a lot further than the outside papers? So then you have to trim them so that they're all closer in width. So I've already got my pencil lines. I'm going to leave the pencil line completely exposed, and just, it's hard to rip a small little strip off, but I'm going to hold down very firmly on the ruler and keep my finger close to the tearing, because if you don't, it'll go off kilter on you. And just try to do a couple of pieces at a time. I've got 10 sheets folded in half, so there's no way I could rip them all at once and get any kind of accuracy. And once one goes off, then the rest are going to follow it. So you got to try to keep your ruler tight and in the same place as you tear. Just doing 2, maybe 3 pieces at a time. And I'm just gonna open up for the last couple tears. So I think this will be enough paper for in here. And I've prepared some faux suede lace to bind these in with. I make jewelry, and I have a lot of black suede lace that I buy, very inexpensive necklaces just for the pendants. They come on the faux suede laces, and I hardly ever use them. So then I'm just going to ink the edges so that it goes along with the black and gray theme even more. And I want it fairly dark, that's why I'm doing it right from the ink pad, not with a dauber. And this is going to be up. I've got that wide band at the top, 2 signatures. So to make yourself a template for sewing the signatures in, you want your template to be the same width as your pages. And all you have to do is fold it in half lengthwise. and then fold it in half the other way. And that'll give you your center hole position for your 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And then for the end ones, you can go in as far as you like. I'm going to go in about 1/2 inch, a little less than 1/2 inch. Fold it down. This is just some craft colored cardstock from Dollarama. And then I just mark with a pencil where those lines all intersect, just so I can see it easier. And find my pokey tool and my rubber pad. So on the cover, I want them, there's just the 2, so I want them evenly spaced. We're about 1 inch wide. So it should be about 1/3 inch, but what is that, right? So I think what I'll do is come in 1/2 centimeter and 1/2 centimeter. No, that puts me too far apart, I think. I think I'll come in. I'm gonna have to take my glasses off and get close for this. $8 millimeters. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that looks pretty even. And I'll do the same thing down at this end. I'm just going to very lightly draw those lines. The spine is going to be right on that spot, so I'm not worried about seeing those lines. It looks a little crooked. Yeah, certainly wider at the top than it is at the bottom. And then we take our template. Actually, we should just do this all at once, maybe. I think I need to do these holes. So I'm just trying to make it so that these folds are equidistant from the leopard print. And then I'm going to put this in place so it doesn't move on me. While I punch it. And I do want a fairly big hole. This makes a fairly big hole because I'm putting the leather cord through. Pretty good on the lines. Now this other line is kind of bugging me. I want to make that better. Don't want this to look crooked on the outside. It could just be that the box itself wasn't perfect. That must be the case because it measures correctly, but it looks crooked. So let's make it look right. That looks better. So again, I want to get these lined up exactly. You also want to be careful too that you don't flip it this way and then they're out of alignment. Actually, it's pretty even, but this awl is my pokey tool. Got at a auction sale and a bunch of tools. Brian's always buying toolboxes full of tools. Sometimes I get some of them. So that's punched. And then I'll do my signatures. They're a little easier. They don't move around as much, but I'll clamp it anyway. Make sure I've got it. It's not an exact science, but the more exact you are, the better results will be. Here I'm going to go down in. It's nice and pointy. Right in the crease. And I do keep these. I have on the top of my craft card, I have some of those, kind of like a shoebox size cardboard box, but it's a decorative one. And it's sitting down in the lid, upside down. The lid is upside down and the box is sitting in the lid. So I just sort of stick these in between the lid and the box and keep them. Pretty much always make a new one anyway, but I might be able to use this on another one of these particular size journals, but I don't, so far I haven't made too many that are two the same. Just like with my jewelry, I hardly ever make the same thing twice. So I'm going to have the knots on the inside. So I'm going to start on the inside in the center and go out. This is going to take some shimmy in. And just make sure you don't pull it all the way through. You want to leave yourself just enough to tie. And then you can go in and in. Get that wiggling back and forth. Pull it tight. And in this case, because it's a square cord, I just want to make sure it's not twisted. Go all the way to the other end and go out. That went right through. They must be lined up perfectly. Pull it nice and tight. And then back in the center hole. Come up on the opposite side of the string. Tight squeeze now with two cords in there. So you want that lining up nicely on the outside. There we go. And then just knot that. A couple of times. You can put a little dot of glue, but it's not likely going to go anywhere. That makes quite a thick knot with this other cord. And then you've still got your cord on for the next one. I'll just crease that out of the way. Okay. And I think I put my paper in upside down. I did. I wanted that wide band at the top, so that would make this the front, which I guess it could be. I'd put a leopard or something on there. I kind of thought this was going to be the front, but let me just roll with it. I'm not redoing it. Let's make sure I do this one the same way, unless I want it to be a reversible book. I could do that. One way and one the other way. Topsy-turvy. That lined up really well. All the way to the other end. Looks good. Just work that back and forth. So now it can be a book this way and a book this way. So there is no right and wrong way with it. These line up pretty good. Not perfect, but that's not the point. Yeah, so join me next time when I'll do a couple more and maybe do some decorating and add some tags and pockets and other fun stuff. Thanks for watching. If you have a friend that you think would enjoy this video, please share it with them. Tell me what you think of the topsy-turvy design that I ended up doing. And don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.